Waking up with stiff knees, feeling like your joints have rusted overnight, it's not just a part of aging, and it doesn't have to be permanent. Your joints weren't made to seize up with every step. They were made to move, to glide, to carry you comfortably through life. And believe it or not, the most powerful way to nourish those joints isn't a pill, it's walking. In this video, we'll explore how daily walking, even 10 minutes at a time, helps lubricate your joints, restore circulation, reduce pain, and stimulate healing from within. You'll learn what modern research says, how to start safely, and why this simple habit could be the most important thing you do for your knees, hips, and ankles. And stay with me until the end. I'll share the inspiring story of Richard, a 68-year-old who went from joint pain and isolation to freedom on his own 2 feet. Check 1. Why aging joints dry out and what movement restores. As we age, it's easy to think stiffness means damage, that our joints are wearing out like old hinges. But science says something different. Much of what you feel isn't destruction, it's dehydration. Inside your joints is a miracle substance called synovial fluid. Think of it like oil in an engine. It reduces friction, softens impact, and helps your cartilage glide smoothly when you move. But there's a catch. This fluid doesn't just sit there. It gets produced and circulated only when you move your joints. According to the Mayo Clinic, one of the biggest contributors to joint degeneration in older adults isn't overuse. It's disuse. The less you move, the less fluid your joints make. And when synovial fluid dries up, your joints start to feel creaky, tight, even painful. Walking is like gently kneading water back into a dry sponge. With every step, you're activating your joint capsules, little pockets around the joint that respond to pressure by producing more fluid. It's like your joints say, "Ah, yes, we're needed again." And unlike high-impact exercise, walking gives you that motion without the strain. It's consistent, it's predictable, and it works. But lubrication is only half the story. Up next, why walking also feeds your cartilage from the inside out. There's 2, walking feeds the cartilage and prevents grinding. You may not know this, but your cartilage, that cushiony material between bones, doesn't have a direct blood supply. That means it can't be nourished like muscle or skin. It doesn't receive nutrients through veins or arteries. Instead, it gets its life from movement. When you walk, the pressure in your joints compresses the cartilage, then releases it. This action pulls in nutrients and pushes out waste, much like a sponge soaking and releasing water. It's what keeps cartilage flexible, hydrated, and resilient. A 2020 article from Harvard Health notes that this process, called mechanical nourishment, is critical for joint longevity, and it becomes even more vital as we age, because after 60, cartilage naturally begins to thin. Without that gentle compression and release, your cartilage gets brittle. It can't regenerate. It dries up and becomes more prone to damage, the kind that leads to grinding, bone-on-bone sensations, or osteoarthritis. That's where walking shines. It's low impact, steady, and repetitive. Exactly the kind of motion that keeps cartilage thriving. No pills, no shots, just movement with purpose. And remember, Ron, it's not about miles, it's about rhythm. Even short walks done daily create a long-term effect that no single supplement can replicate. Coming up next, we'll look at how walking also acts as your body's built-in circulatory pump, and why that matters more than you think. 3. Boosting circulation. Why blood flow is joint medicine. Have you ever felt like your legs were made of concrete? Heavy, sluggish, hard to lift? That feeling often has less to do with strength and more to do with circulation. As we get older, our blood vessels lose elasticity. The heart has to work harder, and gravity pulls more blood downward, especially into the legs. The result? Swelling, inflammation, and stiff joints. The Cleveland Clinic describes this as venous stasis, a pooling of blood in the lower body. It doesn't just cause varicose veins, it limits oxygen and nutrients to your joints, making them feel stiff, achy, and slow to heal. But walking turns the tide. Each step you take flexes the calf muscles, your body's second heart. These muscles squeeze blood back upward, improving circulation not only to your legs, but throughout the body. That includes the tiny capillaries around your joints, the vessels that deliver what cartilage, tendons, and ligaments need to recover. Increased blood flow means more oxygen, more repair signals, more nutrient delivery, and just as importantly, it means flushing out waste. Waste products like lactic acid, uric acid, or inflammatory compounds can collect around stiff joints. Walking helps move them out, clearing the area like a gentle rain washes away debris. It's like turning on a garden hose in spring. Everything wakes up again, and that's just the beginning. In the next section, we'll explore how walking supports your entire posture, not just your knees and hips. 4. The anti-inflammatory effect of daily movement. Now let's talk about something you can't always feel, but your joints know it's there. Inflammation. Many seniors live with what's known as silent inflammation. It's not the kind that makes your joints red or swollen. It's subtler. A low-level swelling inside the tissues that makes your joints feel stiff, sore, and tired for no clear reason. But here's the good news. Walking doesn't just move your body, it changes your chemistry. A 2019 study published in the Journal of Inflammation Research found that just 20 minutes of moderate walking significantly lowered key inflammatory markers in older adults, like TNF-alpha and IL-6. These are the compounds linked to chronic joint pain, arthritis, and even fatigue. Why does walking do this? Because when your muscles move, they release special healing proteins called myokines. Think of these like your body's built-in anti-inflammatory crew. They calm your immune system and tell your body, it's safe, you can relax. Walking also lowers cortisol, that stress hormone that worsens inflammation, and boosts endorphins, your body's natural painkillers. So while pain pills might numb the discomfort, walking addresses it at the root. It's quiet medicine, the kind your body recognizes and rewards. And what helps even more? Strengthening the muscles around those joints? Let's look at that next. 5. Building muscle around the joints for protection. Your joints were never meant to carry the burden alone. They rely on the muscles around them, like ropes and pulleys on a suspension bridge. When the cables are strong, the bridge holds firm. But when the cables weaken, everything strains. As we age, our muscles naturally shrink. This process is called sarcopenia, and it starts as early as our 50s. By 70, many people have lost over 20% of their muscle mass, often without realizing it. When muscles like your quadriceps, calves, glutes, and hamstrings weaken, every step transfers more shock to your knees, hips, and ankles. The joint takes the hit, and pain follows. But here's the encouraging truth. Walking is strength training. According to WebMD, seniors who walk at least 30 minutes a day build stronger leg muscles, improve balance, and reduce falls. But more importantly, they report less joint pain, especially those who walk on gentle inclines or uneven surfaces, which recruit more stabilizing muscles. This doesn't mean hiking hills right away. It means choosing paths with variety, a grassy lawn, a winding sidewalk, or a gravel path. Each of these builds a little more muscle, a little more protection, a little more stability. Think of it like installing shock absorbers in your knees, not with machines or pills, but with your own body, getting stronger every day. But how do you actually start walking in a way that feels safe, manageable, and senior-friendly? Let's break it down with a blueprint you can begin today. 6. How to start a senior-friendly walking blueprint. Let's be honest, starting a new habit can feel overwhelming, especially when your body already hurts. But here's the truth. You don't need a marathon mindset. You need a motion mindset. The experts at Harvard Medical School recommend starting gently, especially if you've been inactive or deal with chronic pain. The goal isn't to exhaust yourself. It's to establish a rhythm your body can rely on. Here's a simple 5-day walking blueprint for beginners. Day 1 to 2, just 10 minutes in the morning. That's it. Walk your hallway, your driveway, or a safe park path. Day 3 to 4, add a second 10-minute walk in the evening. Think of it like bookends to your day. One to wake up your joints, one to settle them. Day 5. Try a continuous 20-minute walk on flat, even terrain. Don't worry about speed. Focus on posture, breath, and calm steps. A few more gentle tips. Wear shoes that support your arch and cushion your heel. Choose flat or slightly varied surfaces, sidewalks, school tracks, or grassy lawns. After walking, stretch the calves, thighs, and hips. Just 1 to 2 minutes per muscle group. And if balance is a concern, use a walking stick or bring a buddy. Most importantly, be kind to yourself. If your joints ache one day, take a break or shorten your walk. This isn't a competition, it's a conversation with your body, because motion over time becomes medicine. Up next, the importance of joint rhythm and what happens when you walk every day. 7. Global longevity cultures that walk for joint health. You're not alone in this journey, and you're not the first. Around the world, elders have walked their way to comfort long before scientists ever studied synovial fluid or joint capsules. In Japan, you'll often see seniors gathered in parks at sunrise. They're practicing Rajyo Taiso, or radio calisthenics, light stretches, gentle movements, and often a walk around the neighborhood. It's part of their morning rhythm, and according to researchers at the University of Tokyo, it's one reason why Japan reports some of the lowest arthritis rates among older adults. In Italy, they call it the passeggiata, a leisurely evening stroll taken through town squares and narrow lanes. It's not done to burn calories. It's done to connect, to neighbors, to air, to movement itself. Elders walk arm in arm, hips swaying, knees bending, breath deepening. And in South Korea, walking meditation through nature parks is a revered tradition. Step, breathe, listen, feel. It's a practice that blends physical and emotional healing, all from a simple, quiet walk. What these places remind us is powerful. Walking isn't a task. It's a ritual, one that's threaded into daily life and into the graceful aging of millions. So if you've ever wondered whether walking matters, just look at the world's longest living people. They've been walking for their joints all along, and now it's your turn to make walking not just a habit, but a healing ritual. 8. Creating a walking ritual. Not just a routine. Here's a question worth asking. What would walking feel like if it wasn't something you had to do, but something you looked forward to? Too often, we approach movement like medicine. I should walk. I need to get my steps in. But what if walking became a moment of return to peace, to yourself, to the rhythm of life? It starts with ritual, a small act that transforms routine into meaning. Maybe it's putting on the same cozy sweater each morning, lacing up your favorite shoes by the door, listening to your favorite song, or simply greeting the same neighbors on your block. According to the Cleveland Clinic, forming habits that are tied to emotional reward makes them stick. And for seniors, the key is not just physical benefit, it's emotional resonance. When you enjoy your walk, your brain lights up, your stress drops, your muscles move with less resistance, and your joints, they loosen like warm butter under sun. This isn't about step counters or performance. It's about reclaiming what age often tries to take: freedom, confidence, presence. Let your walk be your quiet rebellion against stiffness, your daily renewal. Let it be morning sun or evening breeze. Let it be the sound of birds or just the rhythm of your breath. Because in that moment, you're not exercising, you're remembering who you are. Richard, 68, from North Carolina, used to dread the mornings. His knees crackled, his ankles ached. Getting out of bed felt like waking up inside an old rusty machine. His daughter gently nudged him. "Dad, what if you just walk a little each day?" He shrugged. "What good will that do?" But he tried. Just 10 minutes a day. The first week was frustrating, but by week 2, something shifted. He could stand without wincing. His knees stopped screaming. The stiffness that once owned his mornings began to loosen its grip. Now Richard walks the greenway near his house every morning. Same bench, same path, same sunrise. He smiles and says, I don't walk to lose weight. I walk to feel like me again. Now it's your turn. Have you started walking to ease your joints? Share your story in the comments. Your words might be the very nudge someone else needs. Know a friend or loved one struggling with stiff knees, sore hips, or that heavy leg feeling? Share this video. Or better yet, invite them for a walk. We post weekly, science-backed health stories made just for you, the strong, wise, and graceful generation. Subscribe to keep moving forward with us. And if you leave a comment, I'll send you our free 7-day joint care walking plan, complete with warm-up tips, stretches, and a printable tracker to make your ritual easy and rewarding. Because your joints remember how to move, your body remembers how to heal. And sometimes, it all begins with that first walk around the block.